What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us for this episode of On the Vice, and we are bringing you a pattern that Pete Hitty coined as the Flymph in 1941. It's kind of a transition fly from a wet fly and nymph, and I definitely know that the underwater patterns definitely bring results, and this should not disappoint as well. So if this is your first time with us, thanks for joining us, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep you up to date with what's going on. And if you've been with us since the beginning, as always, we appreciate you. We can't do this without you, nor would we want to. So let's get this thing rolling with no further ado. And we are using a 1x long size 14 nymph hook, and I just feel that the extra length in that shank will allow for there to be a bit of proper balance with the hackle that we are using, and we're actually going to use some partridge, and that's going to provide that wet fly collar that allows for that in-between stage of this Flymph. And it's kind of really a cool fly that I know will provide results in your streams. The really an interesting aspect of this fly is that there are transitions in the aquatic world all the time, and I know that in those processes the fish are always looking for that quick meal, and I believe this fly will produce because it is showing that proper transition, I believe, and keeps the fish happening. So we're gonna just lay a nice thread base after we've just got those Rhode Island red hackle barbs put on there. Rhode Island red is an old term used still today, though, by many tyers, but it's more of a brownish red hue. And once you got those tied on, we're going to just take some small gold wire so that the ribbing can be done in a beautiful manner. And I know that the awesome possum dubbing that will make it look kind of in that we're transitioning and making a nice it's gonna look buggy and natural, so definitely enjoyed making the wet flies personally. Up here. And one thing that this fly reminds me of, because it's a transition fly, is that it's okay to be in transition. And I had a conversation with a good friend today that just reminded me that every day is a day of grace and an opportunity to see as not a mistake for the things that maybe you didn't think you succeeded. It's not necessarily a mistake that you make in life. It's more of a situation that you can learn from. And when you treat life in that manner, you give yourself grace so that you can keep moving forward in the process without being stalled out. And that's important. And once we got that dubbing up like so, we're just going to rib up with this gold wire. Helicopter that off. And we're gonna grab partridge feather. And we're just gonna strip off these extra fluffy feathers at the end here. And once you get those done, I'm just gonna brush back all these fibers to create a tie-in point by just snipping a section. Don't get too crazy. We'll have that on there nice and secure. What we can do is we can now if you want to use your hackle pliers, you're more than welcome to. I just find sometimes I can still grab I thought I could. So we're going to grab some hackle pliers. And my favorite ones are these rotating hackle pliers. I have learned to really enjoy being able to utilize those. And it looks kind of like it's all wild and crazy, and we're going to be able to address that here in a second. After that tie on, we're going to tie that off. And one of my tricks to push everything back is I take my half hitch tool and I just push it over. So I push all my barbs back, and we're just going to clean up that head. And sometimes it looks a little bit better than it normally does, but this is a transition fly, so you can rest assured that if it looks a little bit wonky, don't get all bent out of shape. It happens. And now we got this collar on there. Just gonna clean up a few more strands because I just want it to look a bit nicer than it does. And those are going to stay back there. We'll just build a nice little dam, and then this little head here, we'll keep it. This red thread, it just pops very nicely. And what we'll do now is just going to add a drop of Sally's Hard as Nails onto that head there, which will allow for a little too much. Just remove that from your bodkin. Perfect. And if you get any of that in your eye, what you can do is just take any piece of fiber, extra material, just run it through the eye. Like so, maybe. There we are. And she's cleaned up. And once that dries, she will be on her way. And that is the Flymph. And you can make these in any combination that you want. It's more on the manner of the style of a wingless wet fly with this wet fly hackle as a collar. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Very quick, easy, and effective. And just remember, guys, don't hide Jesus like you hide your fishing spots, and we'll catch you later. Thanks. See you guys.